guys, it's Brianna with More Brianna, and I'm going to do a 1 week postpartum update. So it's officially been 1 week since I had baby Ella, and so I was just going to talk about the things that have happened in the last week. But if you wanted to check out the delivery that I had, you can check it out over here. I talked about like what happened, but just recap: a normal vaginal delivery with an epidural, and I did have some tearing. So I did have one on my labia, and I did have one internally, but both were really minor, and the doctor was not worried about it. Like, I didn't have to go if there was any. I was going to have to see the doctor after 2 weeks if there was any serious tearing, but there wasn't, so I get to go in 6 weeks to my doctor, so that's really nice to not have to go all the time now. Right after my delivery, they turned off the epidural, and they wanted to keep me in the room until in the delivery room until I was able to kind of walk. I was able to breastfeed, no problem. The baby latches amazingly. That is just something that I'm very, very thankful for. But I was able to breastfeed and do that right away, so that was really great. I could say within the first like hour of her being born. Then closer to like 2 hours, they did take her to go to the nursery, and at that point I decided to try and walk a little bit, and I honestly didn't feel that bad. I think that the majority of what was difficult was like not walking for like 8 hours, because at that point I had pretty much had my epidural for like 8 hours, so I wasn't going to walk with epidural. You know, one thing I did want to mention with the epidural, the most uncomfortable part was the catheter. I was so thankful once I started pushing, because then they were able to take the catheter out. So it was getting closer to 2 hours after the epidural, or after delivery. They wanted me to walk to the bathroom to see if I could pee, and or I guess they call it voided, or void. So they had me walk, but I honestly think that it was just that like struggle walking, because I hadn't walked for so long. But it was a little tingly, but I had the nurse there and I walked just fine. My husband had gone with the baby to the nursery to go get her cleaned up, but I did go to the restroom, and I definitely did not have very much come out, and they did give me like perinatal bottle or whatever it's called, to like kind of clear that area, or wash out the area, because obviously you can't wipe, and I didn't really have much from there. So they still decided that I could just go to the postpartum room because I was able to walk, so they let me go back there. So we went to the postpartum room, the baby came back, and at that point I still definitely felt like I could go to the restroom again. So I did go, and I had so much come out. Like, I definitely went a lot, and you need to do like 2 within like a 12-hour period or something to that effect, and I did it within like 2 or 3 hours, so that was really great. They did have like ice packs for me, which was extremely nice, and those god-awful mesh underwear and big huge pads, but the ice packs were definitely amazing, and I only needed them for 24 hours. Apparently you have to do it for 24 hours, but I definitely continued that for close to like 30 hours because it just felt really nice, the coolness, and so that was really nice. But I did end up taking like Motrin, not immediately after, but I'd say probably like 12 hours after the baby was born. I decided to just take some, see if it would help, because definitely was sore when I did go to the restroom and when I was coming back. But the Motrin really didn't, it kind of took that off, but not really. The ice packs were definitely what had helped the most. The Duraplast actually burned me at first, and I didn't use it for a while, which was supposed to be like a medicated or like a pain relief type of thing, but I did not. It was not pain relieving at first. But I actually had a bowel movement like within 12 hours of delivering, which was amazing, because I hear that's one of the hardest things that you can have. And that was before I had a stool softener or anything like that. So that kind of worked out really well and didn't have to worry about that. So definitely like the first 24 hours, I was able to breastfeed no problem. But when I did breastfeed, I was definitely cramping a lot and definitely passed a good amount of blood. But it started to slow down, so that was nice. Again, like I said, the ice packs were amazing. I was able to start using the Duraplastic, which was helpful as well. I honestly was able to get up and walking really easily. Like I'd say like probably the next day, so over like 14 hours after delivery, I was able to like really walk around like normal, no big deal. So that worked out really well and it was really nice to be able to move around. I got a good amount of sleep because the baby really did sleep a lot the first 24 hours. I had a harder time getting her to stay up and that type of thing, so it took longer than I thought. I had to wake up every like 2 hours, but I really did feel well and felt like I got enough sleep a lot of the time. So and then we did go home on Saturday and they gave me discharge paperwork, but I really hadn't had any issues. Like I really was bleeding very minimally. I did have still the soreness and I had taken Motrin every couple of hours. So I essentially wanted to get the Motrin. My husband did go get that for me. And I was very concerned about being able to have the supply to be able to feed the baby. So I did decide to get fenugreek, or my husband got it for me. But I'd say I took that, so probably 2 days after the afternoon on Saturday, and she was born on Thursday. I had started taking fenugreek, and within like 12 hours, my milk had come in. I'm sure it was just coincidental based on the time period, because my milk came in exactly 3 days after. But I still continued to take the fenugreek. I don't feel like it's gonna hurt at this point. But once my milk came in, it came in. I have to have 2 nursing pads of the non-disposable, because the disposable I leak through in seconds. So I have 2 non-disposable or washable pads, and I can leak through 1. Like I tried to do only 1 last night. That did not work, so I have to have 2 at a time. But yeah, I definitely leak all the time when the baby's nursing. It's everywhere, so I have to have like blankets everywhere so that I can catch it. I guess it's good that I have that supply. And so when my milk did come in though, I definitely had engorgement, but the thankful part was I literally only had it for a couple of hours, because somehow it just like alleviated. I took a lot of hot showers and I did a lot of hot water compressions to alleviate the pain, but it was mostly just a soreness, and it was really on my left breast. But that solved itself really quickly, and now I'm just a little milk machine. And the baby does feed every like 3 to 4 hours, and I do not cramp anymore, and I do have just a liner on at this point because my bleeding has really been very minimal. I'd say after 5 days postpartum, I was able to not have such an intense sore or pain when I peed. But so now I'm no longer taking the Motrin. That really is all that I've taken this whole time, was the Motrin that they had prescribed. I do have like 60 capsules, and I really only took like 10 or 15 of them. And I'll take them if I need them because I don't mind it, but at this point I don't need them anymore, and it doesn't hurt to pee, so that's really nice. And I really haven't taken any stool softeners since I've been from the hospital, but I've been extremely regular. I just think my labor was extremely easy, and I was thankful that I didn't have too bad of a recovery, and I really honestly feel very similar to what myself is now, minus the feeling like I have to feed all the time. Just an update on my weight. I did weigh myself the day I went in for the induction, and I had gained 15 pounds total. And at this point, I've lost all 15 pounds, and I'm down 0.6 pounds from that. So that's extremely nice. I really don't remember what I looked like before. So I'm going to have to look. I actually did a time lapse of my entire pregnancy. Almost every day we did a picture of my stomach and the progression of that. So I will be uploading that soon. But I do feel like my body has definitely changed since then. I definitely have more stretch marks, although I did have stretch marks before by being overweight. And I'm not like doing anything that will I'm not doing anything specifically to like lose weight or anything like that at this point. I'm just trying to focus on me and the baby and being healthy. And but I did want to do an update on show my stomach. I think I did my last update though. At 39 weeks I did do an update and showed my stomach, but it's definitely gone down like a significant amount. I am having a hard time with the underwear that I had prior is not fitting, those types of things. The maternity pants are kind of slipping down. I am still wearing maternity pants only because I coincidentally had no pre-pregnancy pants that were able to be worn. I had a hole in one of them that I realized when I was pregnant, so I was like, okay, I'll just decide to go to maternity pants when I found out I was pregnant. So I have no pre-pregnancy pants, but I know there'd be no question I would be able to fit in them at this point, or maybe even a size lower. And I'm still in maternity shirts just because I haven't pulled out the other ones yet. But this is my stomach after 1 week postpartum. Definitely a lot looser here. But if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And check out the 1 week baby update I did and the labor and delivery vlog if you guys want to check that out.